Welcome back, my awesome people. Now, many of you know that we are currently in the holy month of Ramadan, which is a glorious month in which Muslims around the world perform the task of fasting for a whole month. Ramadan is not only about fasting, it is also a month of patience, reflection, giving, and most importantly, discipline. These traits that everyone can embrace are not only practical, they are needed in our daily life as well and in the way we handle our finances. Ramadan at its essence is a time of discipline and self-control. However, during Ramadan, you can see our spending spiral rather uncontrollably as we head out to lavish dinners when breaking our fast, shopping for all the Ramadan sales and discounts, buying clothes, especially for Eid, and donating to charity. You see, it's all well and good to indulge in the wonderful things this special time has to offer, but overspending could eat into both your short-term and long-term financial goals, even sending you a few steps backwards and even more. Though Ramadan has already started, it's never too late to manage your expenses. So we'll go over some effective strategies you can now adopt that will increase your financial wealth and spiritual wealth. Investing, by definition, is to expend money or spend money with the expectation of achieving a profit or material result, or to devote one's time, effort, and energy into a particular undertaking with the expectation of a worthwhile result. So in other words, getting something more out of what you put in. So in today's episode, I will be highlighting ways that you can invest during this Islamic holy month of Ramadan and to not only get a financial benefit, but to also benefit your soul from the good deeds that you will attain. So here are some ways to invest during Ramadan, whether it is financially or spiritually. The first way to invest is charity. Ramadan is about compassion and humbleness. With everything happening in the world, we're fortunate enough to have our jobs and food on the table. But this isn't the case for many other people that have been affected by hardships. That's why it's important to give back and help when you can. Being a force of good makes us stronger and stronger as a community. So one way to invest during Ramadan is to donate to charity, also known as sadaqah in Arabic. Sadaqah is essentially work that one does for the benefit of the people. The principle is that when people perform good deeds, the person who acted charitably to them also earns blessings. So instead of wasting money on worldly products during Ramadan, you should put the month to better use for the afterlife. During this holy month, you should spend your wealth in such a way that you can attempt to purify it. Charity is a good place to start because you are rewarded for good deeds. And in the month of Ramadan, the reward for any good deed is multiplied. Ramadan is also the time of year that sees Muslims donate generously. As with all good deeds, such an act counts for more blessings during this month. Money can be donated to relief aid agencies, charitable organizations, and hospitals. These places are in dire need of any financial support you can offer because such funds allow them to save precious lives. Instead of money, Muslims can also donate blood to blood banks for Ramadan. Ramadan is a great month to invest in something that will continue to earn the soul rewards long after you're dead. Another way to invest during Ramadan is to invest your time to figure out your financial situation. We all want to be able to save and want to be able to grow our wealth for the future, but it's also really easy to slip and not stay on track when it comes to our finances. One thing that we're all guilty of in Ramadan is overspending. With a plethora of special offerings, exciting pop-ups, as well as memorable dinner experiences, it's a recipe for getting carried away and subsequently going beyond our budget. Now, that's not to say that you should not enjoy an occasional lavish dinner buffet to break your fast or make use of a few Ramadan discounts. However, moderation is key. You need to be able to strike that balance between wants and need. This is especially true during the month of Ramadan, where it's encouraged to spend more intentionally. So, before spontaneously purchasing an item, practice some self-control and ask yourself, Do I really need it, or is this just another impulse buy? By spending intentionally, you'll be practicing values consistent with Ramadan, which is mindfulness, self-control, and moderation. So weigh your options carefully to consider if it's worth splashing that cash or if you can find some cheaper alternatives instead. Bear in mind that your expenses during this month can snowball pretty quickly. The same way that we fast from food and drink during Ramadan, perhaps we could try out a financial fast to keep our Ramadan finances in shape and break bad spending habits. For those that have never heard the term financial fasting, it is a term that means that you critically watch what you spend your money on, as it will help you break bad spending habits. And one way to start is by thinking of ways to limit your overspending in areas specific to you. For example, if you're used to ordering food instead of cooking, say 2 times a week, then consider ordering once a week instead. It's important to reflect on your financial situation and evaluate what you're spending your money on. Are you still overspending on things you don't really need? Is there a subscription you completely forgot about? Take a moment and reflect on that and make the right moves to help better your current financial situation. And the third way to invest during Ramadan is to stay disciplined. Yes, staying disciplined is an investment. And for those that are looking at me weird like, what? Fasting, for anyone who tried, takes immense self-discipline, especially in the beginning. Slowly, it starts turning into a habit and gets easier with time. You can mirror the same principle into your financial life. It's not enough to start good habits, whether it's working out, eating healthy, saving, or investing. You need to discipline to maintain them. When you're trying to get in shape, it is not enough to hit the gym one time and then splurge on your diet, as you won't see the long-term results that you are looking for. It's the same when it comes to your finances. Putting away some savings one month and then spending half on it on non-essential items the next month won't help you get to your financial goals either. This also applies to your investments. It's important to stay the course and invest regularly. Financial freedom comes from managing your money well and practicing healthy financial habits. So, Jacob Rant, what have you been doing during this month of Ramadan? Well, my awesome people, Ramadan is a time to build healthy habits to better your financial situation. After all, financial freedom comes from managing your money well, spending consciously, budgeting wisely, tracking your spending, and investing regularly. Remember, the habits that you implement today will help you build your wealth for tomorrow. So, during this month, I have been highly focused on giving back. 11 months out of the year, I am focused on creating, building, and profiting. And during the 1 month of Ramadan, I always focus on giving back as much as I can. Whether it is volunteering my time at a local food bank or simply buying essentials like clothing and toiletries for the less fortunate. Regardless if you are Muslim or not, or celebrate Ramadan or not, we can all use 1 month out of the year to give back as much as we can. We all accumulate good deeds, or positive energy, if you prefer to call it that. Regardless of what religion you belong to, try to give back. So, my awesome people, use this month to do good, be good, and create positivity within you and around you. And remember, my awesome people, just like all the information I mentioned in my videos, assess your risk, always diversify, and please do your own due diligence, because I am just a clown on YouTube. Stay ranting!